back with another video. Today I am coming to y'all from Sydney, Australia. I'm out here at basically the Opera House. You could kind of see it right there where I'm pointing this spoon at. But I'm sitting down, I'm just eating right now. I got in this morning. Today is November 24th. I left Atlanta on November 22nd, which was a Saturday. It is Monday. It's 16 hours ahead of time here in Sydney from Atlanta. And so I got here this morning and I went to my hotel. I couldn't check in yet, but they had a nice bathroom and I was able to wash up, change clothes, and come out. It's around 10 o'clock a.m. and so I have a walking tour of the Sydney Harbor and the Opera House. So I'm out here just eating an acai bowl and probably just will walk around a little bit before my tour actually starts. My flight and everything from Atlanta was good. I didn't fly direct from Atlanta. I flew United Airlines and I did a layover in Houston, and then from Houston it was direct to Sydney. It was a 16-hour flight, no Wi-Fi, so that kind of sucked, but it was a red-eye flight. My flight out of Houston left around 8:35 and we got here this morning around 7 a.m. And for the flight, I did not pay for the flight. I actually used my American Express points. The flight was about $1,347 and I used about 100,000 points to get the ticket for Sydney round trip, and it was worth it to me. I see some flights on American Express or Delta where you have to use like 80,000 points just to go to like Jamaica or something. So using a little bit over 100,000 to get a round trip across the world, definitely worth it for me. So all I had to pay for was really my hotel, and then I've used the tram from the hotel to get down here to the harbor. So I'm going to be trying to use that because that'll be a little bit cheaper than doing Uber. But yeah, so exchange rate is not bad. It was $40 for the Opal card, and I tripped out a little bit when I heard that. In my head I was like, $40, that's expensive, but it's $40 Australian dollars. So in American dollars it was about $25. I bought a round trip ticket at the airport, so when it's time for me to leave, which I leave basically on Black Friday, I will go back to the airport via the train and use the round trip ticket that way. So it wasn't too bad. Other than that, it's been a pretty good trip so far. I've only been here a few hours. I am definitely tired, but I want to try to stay up the whole day and get some good rest tonight. So that is my plan. Tomorrow I have another tour. I think it's a walking tour as well. So of course I'll be checking in periodically on my tours and also what I'm eating, trying to keep it high raw vegan. After I leave my tour today, I'm gonna try to go to the grocery store and buy some fruit. That way I have fruit for the morning time for breakfast and lunch. I didn't have a chance to go to the supermarket this morning, plus I'm not technically checked into my hotel just yet, so I'll wait for that until I can check into my hotel and have the fruit and bring it back to my room. So that's why I'm eating this acai bowl, which is really good. But yeah, I just wanted to come and check in, let y'all know how everything went, and I will talk to y'all later. Australia for Thanksgiving. I'm so happy. The Museum of Contemporary Art. I'll probably go there a little bit later today. And then right across the street is the Opera House. Here's a better view of the Opera House. And they have a big cruise ship dock right now. Museum of Contemporary Art. Definitely gotta go in there. Love that statue right up front. on the other side. It's like downtown Sydney, I guess you will call this. Pretty skyline though.
Since opening in 1973, it has been home to many of the world's greatest artists and performances, and a meeting place for matters of local and international significance. But the history of performance on this land stretches back thousands of years before Europeans arrived. For the traditional custodians, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, it was an especially prized location known as Jubagali, a place to eat, sing, dance and share stories with each other. Today the land is also known as Bennelong Point, named after Wuluwe Bennelong, a senior Eora man at the time of the first British settlement in Australia in 1788. Kidnapped by the first governor of New South Wales, Arthur Phillip, Bennelong served as an intermediary between the British and Eora people.
Valentine on George, and this is what it looks like. It's the bathroom, the shower. I hate the shower that doesn't have a door that closes. That's just the chandelier. I never turn the TV on when I'm out of town. And this is the view. I'm in the Central Business District. So this is the view of the room. And this is what it looks like from this angle. I'm on a quick stop on my tour. I've been doing like a Sydney city tour and it's been great. It's only 4 hours. I've been on the tour for about 2 hours. We're doing a 30-minute stop here at Bondi Beach and I took some quick pictures. It's been kind of windy, so I've been scared to use my tripod because it's not very sturdy, but I'm fine with it at the beach because if my phone falls, at least it's falling on sand. I haven't eaten anything today just yet. I probably won't until after my tour. And I will probably go to the Sydney Museum. My tour guide said that's the only place where you can find information about like Aboriginal history. So I'll probably do that because I'll have time before it's time for me to go and get something to eat for dinner. And then after that, after I eat dinner, I'll come back to my room, probably work out, shower, and then get ready for my tour tomorrow. Last night I had pizza at Gigi's Pizza. It was vegan pizza. It's a vegan restaurant. The pizza was delicious. The appetizer was delicious. I'll put some photos in, but it was really good. It's Tuesday, so today I'm going to do a Taco Tuesday, and I'm going to go to a vegan restaurant that has tacos. All the restaurants that I'm eating at is in Newtown, so that is like the place to go for food, it seems like. So that's where I've been going. They have a lot of vegan restaurants out there in Newtown. They're all kind of like on the same street. But yeah, it's been a really good trip. So far, so good. I slept really good last night. I woke up feeling refreshed. The sun goes down here around 7:45 p.m. and it rises around 5:30. So I've been up since about 5:30. My tour started at 7:30, so I really didn't even need my alarm because the sun was shining through my windows as I was about to get up. So it's been a good trip so far, like I said. And I don't really have anything else really planned for today besides the museum. I may go do the observatory deck. I want to kind of do that at night, but we'll see. If I don't do it today, then I'll do it before I leave at some point. But yeah, just out here at Bondi Beach. And you can hear the waves. It's a surf beach, so they have a lot of surfing going on too out here. And they said another good beach in Australia is Manly Beach. It's a little bit further out. I think you have to take a ferry if you want to get to Manly. You can, or you can do the bus or the train or the tram maybe. Maybe not the tram, but definitely the bus or the train. And last night for dinner, I Ubered back and forth to Newtown, but today I'm going to attempt the train because it's just cheaper. I spent maybe $40 to and from for Uber, which is not too bad. But the train is not hard either, especially using Google Maps. So I'm going to attempt to use the train today. I feel like I have a little bit more patience. Yesterday I was tired. I've been dealing with the train and tram going down to the Opera House. I just didn't feel like dealing with that yesterday. But today I feel like I'm more up to it. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted on that. But anyway, I will check back in later. And I will sign up. I'm currently walking. I just got off the tram. I'm walking to meet my tour group for the day. Today I'm doing a Blue Mountain tour. It's an all-day tour. So I'm walking to do that. And I will check in with y'all on the tour to let y'all know how it's going. But yesterday, I went and got Taco Tuesday at this restaurant it's not fully vegan, but they have a vegan menu. And they also have regular food too. And it was so good. It was really good. I probably ate like 6 tacos. so good. But after that, I just went back to my room, worked out, pulled my clothes out for today, and got organized, read some of my book, and I went to sleep. I slept well. I got up this morning around like 4:30 Australia time and got dressed, did my makeup, and now I'm headed to go meet my tour. After the tour today, I might try to go to the lookout at the Sydney Needle and see, you know, the site or whatever. And then tomorrow is my full official last day, and I will do the Rocks walking tour, and also I will do a boat cruise around the harbor, and that's gonna be pretty much it. I may go out tomorrow night just to see what the nightlife is like, but if I don't do that, then I'll just be asleep, packing up and getting ready to head back home on Friday. So just wanted to come and check in, and I will talk to y'all later. I'm out here on this tour in the Blue Mountains. Look, they have a meat vending machine, 24-hour meats. It's very pretty out here, but the flies are super aggressive. I mean, very aggressive, but it's super pretty. Today is the all-day tour. This is our first stop at a lookout in the Blue Mountains. They're blue because of the eucalyptus trees that are native here, and the sun and the cloud cover makes it look blue. So that's where I'm at. I will talk to y'all later.
before? No, yes, maybe, not sure. A didgeridoo is a wind playing instrument. So in Aboriginal culture, our people would use it for ceremonial purposes, we use it for song and dance, and we also use it for storytelling. Now the name didgeridoo is an English term, so it's not an Aboriginal word. The real name for this instrument is called Yaraki. Yaraki comes from the Yunga people from northeast Arnhem Land. So the Yunga people are the original owners of these instruments. Where I come from, my people, Muriwari is my father's tribe and Gamilaroi is my mother's tribe. In my father's language, we call this instrument Yahweh Bunama, which means to sing for a hollow log. How they're made? They're hollowed out by termites. So termites eat from the roots up into the trees and out to the branches. The men will then come with their stone axes, they'll remove the branches from the tree, they'll fan the ends up with their spears, and then they'll take the bark off from the outside. How I play it is I basically use my lips, I blow like a raspberry. And that's just the basic droning sound. While I'm still vibrating my lips, I have to learn how to use my tongue and my vocal sounds to also imitate our animals. So when I use my tongue, I can do a sound of a kangaroo hopping. Next one is a dingo. Now dingoes don't bark, they howl like a wolf. Now the hardest part when I play is the breathing, and we call that circular breathing. So circular breathing is a technique that we do to play these instruments without stopping. So we're still blowing out, and we're taking a breath in for our nose at the same time.
Koala friend, he's not paying any attention though. Eating his eucalyptus. So cute. I'm out here at the zoo. We had to go to the zoo instead of the wildlife sanctuary because there was a storm and knocked some trees down. So we're at the zoo instead. So yeah, I'm out here with the koalas. on my trip in Australia still. Today is day 5 and I am headed home today back to Atlanta. But I did want to come in and just recap what I did yesterday, so on day 4. So yesterday I did the Sydney Eye tour, which is basically like you go up to the lookout point and you can see, it's kind of like the Empire State Building or the Willis Tower in Chicago. I would say if you have time to kill, that's a okay thing to do. It's not that expensive. I was up there maybe 15 minutes and then came back down. They do have an excursion up there where you actually go outside and you can like view it through the glass floor, but I can't do it because I'm a solo traveler and they don't allow solo travelers to do it for some reason. So I didn't get a chance to do that, which I'm fine with. It's not a big deal to me. And then after that, I did the walking cruise in the rocks. That was cool too. That was just about history of the rocks and really Australia as a whole, you know, how Australia came to be. So, you know, that was cool. That was about an hour and a half. It was pretty hot, but it wasn't too bad on a walking tour. And it wasn't like a strenuous walk either. So, I mean, we walked maybe a few blocks and stopped, you know, continuously so that the tour guide could talk and tell us about the different things that we were seeing. And the other tour I did was the harbor cruise. It was a drink cruise and they had some like charcuterie boards. It was pretty good. Of course, I didn't drink or eat anything, but it was a nice cruise. We went through the harbor, got some pictures taken. The music was good. So it was a good, relaxing cruise. It was at sunset, so by the time we got back to the docking point, it was pretty much dark outside. And after that, I came back to my room and took a shower and went to bed. I was so tired. I said to myself I was gonna try to like go out and experience the nightlife here in Sydney, but I was so tired after that cruise. It was time for me to just go to bed, and I knew I needed to get up and pack, so I started packing last night. But it's overall been a really good trip here in Sydney. I would definitely come back. I would definitely come back to Australia as a whole. I've seen quite a few things online, like on Instagram, and comments about like when certain travel pages post like what's the place you would never go to again. And a lot of people said Australia, and I don't know why. I've enjoyed my time. There's not a lot of us here, but that hasn't deterred me. I haven't felt unwanted. I haven't felt like, you know, any slights against me or anything like that. So, you know, I've had a really nice time here in Australia, and I would definitely come back. I mean, it's not expensive because of the exchange rate. If you want to go somewhere and still kind of feel like you're in America, if that makes sense, then I would definitely say come here. Your money will go a little bit further, for one thing. They speak English, you know, the Queen's English, so they, you know, that's a good thing if you don't want to have to deal with translating, or if you're scared or nervous about that. I would say this is definitely a good starter, like solo traveler adventure, just for those simple things if you're nervous about leaving the country. But the flight is just super long, so if you're not used to flying or if you don't like flying, that's the only thing I would say. If you're a first-time solo traveler, like the flight is it's really just long. Like there's nothing to do on my flight here. Again, there was no Wi-Fi. Audible saved me. I had some books that I wanted to read and listen to, so I had that at my disposal, and of course music. So, you know, that was it. That was all I could do. I've enjoyed my time in Sydney. The food has been really good as far as the vegan food. The restaurant I went to yesterday, it was okay. It was like Italian street fair food. I probably should have went back to either the pizza place or the taco place. I enjoyed those two the most. The burger place was okay. If you come here, you don't need a whole lot of cash. There's really no tipping, at all. I mean, typically when I've been out the country on excursions, the tour guide at the end will ask you to rate how it was and also put the tip jar out. There was none of that here. No tipping. They might have asked for reviews or ratings, but no tipping. So you don't need a whole lot of cash here. They accept Apple Pay everywhere, and a lot of places are cashless, so you can't even use cash if you wanted to. Definitely stay in like the central business district if you can, or the Rocks, or just downtown period. It's gonna make your trip a lot more inexpensive. You could use public transportation. That's what I use most of the time. Train, the tram, and the bus. It's very easy to use. It's not really that hard, especially with Google Maps. That was a lifesaver. And also, the people at the front desk at my hotel was also very helpful, like the first day I got here, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna do that. I took the train from the airport to the hotel when I got here, but I had planned on really just using like Uber, and they have this other app here called Didi that's like Uber. But once I was about to leave out and I was telling the front desk people that I was going down to the Sydney Harbor when I first got here, and they told me, you know, hey, take this right, take this left, and go down to the tram and get on this one and you'll be down there. I did it and it was easy. You have to tap either your Opal card on and off or your Apple Pay on and off. And I was looking at it, and the tram was only charging me like $1 to use, and it's probably because of the exchange rate. When I've used the Opal card, it was maybe like $3, depending on like how far you go. I'm assuming is how they do it. When you tap on, you know, it tells them where you're at, and when you tap off, it tells them where, you know, what stop you're at, I'm guessing. But it was only charging me $1, so that really helped me save a lot of money on, you know, transportation. I did use Uber twice yesterday after Harbor Cruise. I was just tired. I was trying to figure out like how to get back to either a tram stop or a bus stop, but it was so confusing, like trying to get out of the harbor area. So I was just like, I'm gonna just call it Uber. It was only $6, so you know, that's how close I am to like the downtown area. It was only $6. And I did an Uber from dinner to the harbor because I was kind of like on a time crunch, and the bus would have took like 30 minutes to get me to the harbor for my cruise yesterday. So I did do Uber twice, and that one was probably about $18, the one from dinner to the harbor. So still not too expensive. But yeah, I would definitely say use public transportation. A lot of people here use it, and it's really not hard to do, especially with Google Maps or Apple. The only thing I would say I would have done differently with my trip is I would have used Monday instead of going down to the harbor to go to the beach, because it's been really nice. So I should have really like built in time to go to the beach. I didn't bring any swimwear. I didn't even think about going to the beach, but I should have. And I would have done an indigenous people tour as well. I learned a little bit about them at one of the museums that I went to. They had a movie about, you know, the indigenous people there, and that movie was probably about an hour and a half, and I sat and I watched the whole thing about the indigenous people and how, again, Australia came to be and how they were kind of like, you know, pushed off their land. But I would have done a tour for that as well. So those are the only two things that I really wish I would have done. Other than that, I would say that I had enough time here for the like 4 full days. If you count Monday, you know, I came in on Monday. I got here so early. I count it as a full day. I think next time I come to Australia, though, I would definitely like to see the coral reef, the Great Barrier Reef, and, you know, just go to a different area of Australia, either Brisbane or Melbourne or Perth. I really enjoyed my time, so I just wanted to come in and let y'all know how it ended. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you've been to Australia, how was your experience? Tell me below, and I will talk to y'all later.